Hello guys, meet your girl Blanche Ingram. You are welcome to the Blanche Ingram TV show. If you are new on this channel, please don't forget to subscribe, like and share my videos. Don't also forget to click on the notification bell so anytime I upload a video, you will receive notification. And to my return subscribers, I will always love you. So guys, I am back like I never left. I just want to do a quick one. What we'll be talking today is love languages. Love has so many ways. Love has so many languages, and don't just expect your man or your spouse to do everything. He can be good in one, while he's not good in another. He can be good in two, and he is not good in others. It doesn't mean he doesn't love you. And one thing I want to tell you is this: two relationships can never be the same. Mr. A and his wife can never be like Mr. B and his wife. Stop comparing, ladies. Why am I saying this? A friend came to me and was complaining about the husband, that the husband is this, the husband is that, the husband doesn't love her, that the husband doesn't love her the way she see the friend's husband, and so on and so forth. So when I chatted with her, I got to discover that she has been trying to compare. She has been comparing what her friend's husband is doing to her and what her own husband is doing. And actually, when I chatted with her, I discovered that this girl's husband actually loves her, but she doesn't know. She thinks that love is just about buying gifts, because her main reason was this. She said her friend's husband is always buying gifts for her, buying gifts for her birthday gifts, all the gifts and so on and so forth. Unlike her husband never gets her any gift. Her husband never gets her flowers, chocolate, and so on and so forth. Then I told her, you need to know the love languages. She was like, what's love language? I told her love has so many ways of love can be expressed in so many ways. It's not just in one way. I had to tell her all these things for her to understand. So I'm here today to share the 5 love languages with you, so that you should not think the same way like my friend who thought that her husband never loved her. After I explained all these things to her, she actually saw that this man loves her, but she didn't know. Somebody can actually love you, but you don't know that that person loves you. Do you know this? And for this love language, for this love language to be expressed correctly, or for you as a woman to enjoy this love language, you need to communicate with your spouse. You need to ask her what he likes, as far as everything is concerned. He needs to ask you what you like as far as the whole relationship is concerned, or as far as your love life is concerned. Because if my love language is this and you are expressing the other, I will not feel loved. So let's just get the 5 love languages before I get to explain what I want to tell you now. 1. The first love language that you get is word of affirmation. Word of affirmation. If a man has this love language that is word of affirmation, you will always see this man expressing love, like praising the wife, hailing you, making you feel like you are the queen, you are the princess, like expressing, like encouraging you, giving good compliments about you. This is one love language. That if a man loves you, he can show his love through this. Or if a lady loves you, she can show her love through this. The second one is act of service. There are some men that you will not see them praising their wives, hailing them, giving them all type of sweet names, but you will see them expressing their own love in action, like always helping out with the house chores, always cleaning, doing the laundry, doing the cooking, even when the woman didn't ask them to do. There are some men that have that love language. Don't expect that that A must be like B. No. And the third love language is receiving gifts. Receiving gifts is another, like giving gifts, right? It's another way in which somebody can show love to another. There are some men that they show love, or there are some women that they show love through giving gift, buying this, buying that, and buying that. That is their own way. Another way in which your man can show you love. Another way in which your man can show you love is by spending quality time. This is another point, quality time. This is another love language. Quality time means this man will always want to spend time around you, When you are not around, he is not himself until he sees you. This is another way of showing love. This is another love language. And the last one is physical touch. Some will show their own love through physical touch, like touching, there are some couples that when you see them, oh my God, you are like, they are all over others, like he's all over you, you are all over him, he's always kissing you in public, everywhere he's kissing you. There are some people that show love like that. So you need to identify your own love language and make sure you communicate it with your spouse and find out what his own love language is for this to blend. If your love language is let me say physical touch, don't expect your spouse to have the same love language. Don't force your love language on your spouse. No. What you have to do is to communicate with him, find out his love language, and give him his love language while he gives you your love language. For example, if my love language is physical touch, I like that my spouse should touch me, kiss me in public, do like this, like that, like that. I will communicate with him and he will always do that to me. In return, I have to find out his love language. If his own love language is like quality time, like he just wants me to spend that time with him, be with him and just him, I have to respect that for the two to blend. If you don't do like that, it will not blend, because it will be like a one-sided something. He is pleasing you, then he is not being pleased. So you have to communicate your love languages and know exactly what somebody prefers most. It doesn't mean that the other things doesn't come in. The other things still come. Like, you will not tell me that because your love language is physical touch or spending time together, you won't buy your wife gift because it's not. No, the other things count, but you need to know the pertinent one, the important one. What moves that person? What that person's weak point? Yes. So I had to talk this with my friend, and guess what? At the end of the day, she actually realized that her husband loves her like her husband can die for her. So you need to know. Don't compare your relationship with your friend's relationship. Those are two different people. They have two different love languages, and they have two different relationship, so don't compare it. So guys, I just let me talk about this with you people, and actually it can help somebody because not everybody know about this. So there are different way of expressing love to each other, and you need to know, and don't expect that a man should do what the other person is doing. It's true that you have your spouse, you have your husband who doesn't do something that another person does, and he actually admires what B's husband does. There is a way in which you can use to make your husband do that. It's not supposed to be by force, because it is not that man's love language. You can use logic to make him do that. You cannot use force because it is not his love language. So you need to know. And to some of the men, you need to try to incorporate, you need to try to bring all these things together to give a bit of all to your wife. And you, the women, try to give a bit of all to your man, so that they shouldn't feel left out. What am I talking about? Take for example, my husband, maybe he's always like, he gives me gift, he helps me, he gives me gift, he helps me, but he doesn't like being around me. Why this husband is always around her, touches her, kisses her in public, and so on and so forth? I need to communicate it to my husband that cannot necessarily be my love language, but I admire it. You need to understand this. That love language, when they talk about love language, it means that it's that thing that moves you, that when it is being done to you, you feel like the whole world is all about you. But it doesn't mean that there are other things that you don't like. You might like other things, but you have that particular one that when they do to you, it's like, oh my God, you understand? So we need to know the differences. We need to know that love is being expressed in so many ways, and we need to know that we can make it work through communication. I remain your girl, Blanche Ingram. If you come across this video, don't forget to share, like, subscribe, and leave your comments below. See you in my next video. Ciao, ciao.